So recently, more and more people have been asking me about vision language models or VLMs. I'm assuming because that's like the new hype within the AI, right? And then so within that, like the reason why I don't talk about VLMs on my channel very much is because like I don't talk about what is hype within AI. I talk about like what is actually like relevant and what is experimentally relevant. Primarily is what I try to focus on within this channel. You can get hype about AI like from anywhere, from any channel on the planet out there, from like 99% of any other channels that you get. I want to specifically stay away from those things. And then so to me, flat out, there are two very big areas of AI at the moment where a lot of channels talk about them, and I pretty much ignore them, which is VLM models and agents. And in both of these arenas, you might think like I don't have direct experience with them or I'm not directly involved in them, etc. But that would not be further from the truth, right? So this is the first thing I'll show you here with this particular video is this is called MFAB, and I created this a year ago. And then this is open source license, MIT license for anyone out there. And then MFAB is very specifically a multimodal fusion model with adjustable bias. So MFAB is an algorithm and a framework for multimodal fusion with an adjustable bias mechanism. That's what makes it unique. It allows developers to control the weights given the prompt and image data when fusing the inputs. This can be used to reduce the risk of label bias and improve the accuracy of multimodal AI systems. It's very simple. I provide you the code here, and then it's in this repository. I have the MFAB 2.0, which is essentially what I end up coming out with for MFAB. And it's just it's a multimodal diffusion, a multimodal fusion, right? So essentially, I utilize knowledge distillation within this. So I kind of like I have a concept within this that I do think is unique, and that I worked on this a year ago, right? So I essentially like I take this concept of so. With VLMs, my problem up front, like they're not pure, like they don't like this does not solve the problem. That's the primary reason why I don't talk about this on my channel. And there's going to be someone somewhere that solves this problem with one mathematical equation. This problem, what we're looking at, and the problem that I'm going to lay out to you, my flat out assumption is that there's a singular algorithm that solves it. What it is, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, right? And like I think that it does in this instance require a doctor to answer this particular question as to like how does this fusion process actually work? Because so what we do right now with multimodal diffusion with VLM models, and why I hate it honestly overall, is so we take let's say your text embeddings and your image embeddings, and then we just shoot them both into a text decoder flat out, right? So we're just taking the embeddings and the encodings from the two different modalities, and we just like inject them into a text decoder. It's not more complicated than that. Again, I say this over and over again on this channel. Like people try to overcomplicate these things. They think that like, oh, someone went through a lot of work and engineering and like massive engineering to solve this. Right? No, like engineers are lazy, bro. This is what they did. We like, and it worked. I don't know why it worked, but it works. Where you just like here's text data, here's half text data, here's half vision data, image data in this instance, as your modalities, as your starting modalities, and then we're just as your embeddings, and your encodings, we're going to just and put them both into a text decoder. and the text decoder is able to then like generate like images and text at that point, a concatenated projection of text and images at that point, which is what occurs, right? Which is essentially what a VLM model does in this instance. But so the problem is that like you're not actually fusing. Like this isn't like an actual fusion process. So, and what I mean by that is if we look at to human anatomy, right, and then so human anatomy with our senses, my ears, my nose, and my mouth are connected, right, and like that is a connected, cohesive unit in a different way that this model is. Like it's not a singular text decoder, right? It's the embeddings and the encoding mechanisms of this is like similar and more similar in a way than it is currently within an AI model. And breaking it down more than that, again, like I'm not a doctor, right, so I don't know how to break it down more biologically than that. I can give you like the other instance would be that like when it comes to the sense of touch, right, touch is like amazing because it's I mean it's like a brilliant sensors all across the body, right, and then they all interact and kind of you have local ability to detect where the sensor is being pinpointed with like extreme accuracy. And all of that involves a fusion level that I like is just completely off the charts, unattainable, and is completely not this, right? It involves fusing the embeddings together, like treating the inputs as a singular input, as an electrical input in the biological instance, right? And then so what the overall and the overarching solution to this will be a singular embedding and like a so rather than a an input of a text embedding and an input of an image embedding, you would just create a singular input of those. And I'm utilizing, and I am very careful right now with the language that I am utilizing around this, because I will be very honest, like upfront around this concept that I'm getting into right now as I'm laying it out. I can't get further into this concept that I'm laying out and for kind of like for contractual reasons, right? And then so that's the secondary reason why I don't dive deeper into this, because like in order to solve that problem, again, you need to solve the fusion problem. So you need to have a mechanism that could take in any input no matter what the input is. If it's text, image, video, vision, etc., and then have it all output it as one singular output, and that would be like the grand utopia of things, right? If that could exist, that would like kind of like Rick and Morty the whole entire kind of like industry, right? So it would be cool if that would exist. I can't talk about that further than anything that I've laid out here on this channel. But so going back again up to this concept, the reason why I hate this, like I'm not a fan of VLM models in their current form, is like flat out you're barking up the wrong tree. Like I can't like state that enough into my opinions of this overall, right? Like current VLM models are like the off ramp of off ramps. Like they're like, okay, it's a pit stop, and they're not going to be anything that is going to be future tech. And investing in this is a waste of money, flat out. I don't know, like. I think it would be easy to walk in and get like a 20, $50 million as a like an investor currently with like the AI market and how it all exists, right? That's the last thing that I want to do from people like, and there's again, too many voices out there around those things that are overhyping these things, right? Like if you want hype around this, if you want the opposite opinion of mine on this, if you want like someone that is going to try to prove me wrong, there's unlimited voices out there that you can find on that, right? I'm trying to lay it out to you exactly how I see it from a very scientific and mathematical standpoint, which is 100% how I approach this. And then mathematically and scientifically, this is currently a money pit. If you understand the actual dynamics of it, you're not trying to pigeonhole 1980s US like Gordon Gekko onto it, then you'll be a lot you'll find out that this is not the route, right? Just be a little bit patient. Whatever the route is, it's going to be someone that understands the biology of it and understands like that problem that I just laid out, right? Like, how do you fuse? Like, how is it that my mouth, my nose, and my ears are all connected and fused? Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't know, right? Like, if I knew how to do that, I could do it in AI. Why does multimodal fusion, or why do VLM models suck in AI? Because I don't know the answer to that. If you know the answer to that, like, let me know. We'll solve this problem tomorrow, right? But so anyway, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.